Hey guys, we're back at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm here with the cast of Timeless. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
This show, first of all, I have to say I'm such a big fan of the creators of your show. You've got Sean Ryan, creator of The Shield. You got Eric Kripke, creator of Supernatural. So working with those guys, what's it like? Because that is like a lot of creativity from very different angles.
It's incredible. I mean, Sean brings a certain realism and grit to the project, and Eric has this fantastic imagination. You know, Revolution. It's really a dream team, and I think for us as actors to be a part of that, bringing that off the page to life, is a real treat.
I'm a big fan of time travel stories, and one fun thing about them is they all have their own rules. Malcolm, for you, is interesting to learn the rules of time travel in this show. Has your characters learn them?
Is that a question? I don't know what the question is.
No, I just want to know, do you think it's fun to hear okay, in this show, if we change something, it changes the future, or the version where you can't change the future?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So we're sort of learning the rules of time traveling as the audience are at the same time, because, they have a master plan, and we're sort of sitting in the seat, waiting to watch what happens. But it's interesting to see the rules of this one. There's a sort of an idea, and there's sort of tropes of time travel that we maintain. The idea that history wants to go a certain way.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And so the way that we affect history, it's the difference between a pebble in a stream and a boulder in a stream. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So we can go back in time, and it may or may not affect little bitty things that happen along the flow. But if we do something majorly, a whole bunch of things can change. Mm-hmm. And so it's interesting watching that process happen.
So let me ask you about these characters, Goran. You play the guy they're after. They're on your tail through time. So would you describe yourself as the villain in this show?
Well, that's something we're going to have to see. He definitely does have villainous things to do.
Tendencies.
Well, I steal time machine, and I
that's a bad thing. I don't know.
Save Hindenburg from destruction only to make it bigger and better. So we'll see. The things are developing, and I can't tell you right now because I have to kill you.
Secrets,
then.
yeah.
But he used to be an NSA agent, and he'd seen something that he was not supposed to see, and that's what put him on this path of almost destruction. His family was killed. And he does have a mission. Mm-hmm. And if these guys don't stop him, we don't know what's going to happen. And meddling with the past can be really dangerous. So,
yeah, there are consequences, which we see in the pilot. I wanted to ask you, Matt, this sort of team, the trio at the center, they're kind of thrust together, right? They have no previous experience together.
Yeah, absolutely. They are introduced about 20 minutes before they have to travel in time and basically save the world. Yeah, that's a big piece of the puzzle, is this team getting along. My character, Master Sergeant Wyatt Logan, he's Delta Force. He's been plucked out of the field, out of the battlefield, I should say, and he's basically put with a scientist and a historian who I think he kind of sees as excess baggage, especially in the beginning. Those relationships sort of develop, and we'll see that. But yeah, I think that's a big piece of the puzzle, is us trying to figure out each other, if we can trust each other. I think we all have our own issues, secrets,
right.
Skeletons in the closet, and that's going to be part of the development.
Lastly, Malcolm, let me ask you, are you excited to see where they're going to send you? Because there's a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I think that's kind of the exciting thing, is that every episode we go to a different period in time, and so there's a massive amount of costumes, of history, of the environment, and the things that we'll put into the situations. It's just amazing to see how we all deal with it each and every time and each and every week.
Well, guys, Timeless is premiering this fall, NBC. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Keep it here at IGN for plenty more from San Diego Comic-Con.
IGN!